Hey guys, anybody here yet? Let me see. What do we got? I see Pat Travelino in the chat. Sally, hey, Mimo $1. Tom Sheehy, my brother. What's up, bro? This is my first live like this. I don't know what you guys see, but I see the horizontal and to the left of it, the vertical stream. So we're going to see how this works. Hopefully I get a lot of subs to come in and watch the horizontal one. It's so fucking confusing, all these different YouTube things. Anyway, we could talk about a bunch of stuff today, like the pipe bomber that left the pipe bombs near the DNC and the RNC, I guess the headquarters, I think that's what it was. Oh no, the Capitol building, right? Sorry, got a lot of information in my head. He was found, and he admitted that he was motivated by Trump's lies about a stolen election, and he is a Trump supporter, the guy that left the pipe bombs. So there's that. There's talk that Speaker of the House Mike Johnson might not be Speaker of the House soon. There's a lot of different things in the news, So Donald Trump is still, of course, trying to cover up the Epstein files. So there's that too. You can watch it. Are you watching the horizontal? Like, does it look like my regular live streams? If it does, yeah, watch that one. I mean, the way I'm doing it is a regular live stream for subs and then the vertical live stream just to see, what happens with the algorithm. This is how YouTube recommends it. I didn't even realize I could do both of these at the same time. I didn't realize it. I guess I should have played some music first, let the crowd build up a little bit. Yeah, Pat, that's how it should look. Yeah. And now this way, I could drop the link for people too, as far as I know. Mike Ramey, here. Look, see? Regular live stream. Another horrible day in Trump's America, and the next president is going to be worse. Why you say that? Yeah, Charlie Jones, I should have, but oh well. I got to finish writing my Trump song, and then I'll have music before every show. But another domestic terrorist, we find out, Trump supporter, A lot of right-wing violence. Leaving pipe bombs at the Capitol building. No good. Also, Donald Trump said that affordability, which is, he ran on that. You can go back and look at, the most recent rallies before he actually got elected, and you'll see him saying he's going to make America affordable again. Yesterday stated that affordability is a Democrat hoax. It's a Democrat hoax. Just put circus music in Trump's face. It's actually a good idea, Charlie. Maybe I will. So affordability is a Democrat hoax, guys. What do you think? He doesn't give two shits that the prices of everything are up. Yeah, if anybody thinks Trump is the worst, I don't know if they have any idea. History repeats itself. Look at Venezuela. America's on the same path if it doesn't change. Oh, shit. Mike, I feel you, but do me a favor and tell me who you think could be worse. Or tell me how a person could be worse than Trump, a president. Curious. If you want to come up, Pat, that's up to you, but it shouldn't be necessary. Your choice. I don't know, Mike. I don't see how they could be worse. I mean, as far as corruption and stuff, Stan, what's up, bro? Definitely the worst president ever, right? Absolutely. Hey, Stan, did you come across my live stream? Are you already subscribed, or did you come across it in the Shorts live feed? Just wondering. Oh, yeah, you want to come on, Pat? Well, we'll wait till later in the show, maybe. Let me build a crowd. But I'd love to have you on, bro. Trump doesn't know the price of bread. What's affordable? Affordable to who? He really doesn't. I mean, the bottom line is he doesn't. Daryl McClure, how you doing, brother? Trump is a clown crook, yeah. Second worst, Hoover number one. Okay. This is a guy who, if you remember, he's so out of touch. When he spoke about paper towels, the ones he was throwing out to the Puerto Ricans, remember? He was talking about these nice, soft towels. I never saw towels like this before. He didn't know what paper towels were. He doesn't know the price of anything. He's just He's completely out of touch. All the Republicans are, but you got to remember. Oh, okay. Well, thanks, Stan. I appreciate you listening. Sub if you'd like. Hit the like button at least. Everybody hit the like, guys, please. He's a guy that grew up, never wanting for anything. I mean, he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth, to say the least. His dad was already a huge success, and he never had to struggle. He doesn't know. You think Donald Trump goes shopping? You think he goes to the grocery store and checks prices? He doesn't know what anything costs. He don't know. I think they asked him one time, has he ever shopped? I think he said he did once or something, and he didn't like it. So this is a guy who lived a life of privilege. Everything he ever wanted was handed to him, and there's no possible way he could understand the struggle of an everyday American. There's no way. He doesn't get it. You know what I mean? He doesn't get that, a few extra hours a week overtime could be a huge relief and make your paycheck that much bigger, even though it's only a few hours, the difference it makes in somebody's life. He doesn't understand, what your, a grocery bill going up by 40-50% is. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. This is a guy who, when Don Jr. wanted to join the Boy Scouts, this is a true story. Don Jr. wanted to join the Boy Scouts, and there was an $8 registration fee. Trump didn't want to pay the $8. You know what he did? He had them write the check from the Trump Foundation, from his charity, to the Boy Scouts. So the $8 didn't have to come out of his pocket. This was in 1988 or 89. I mean, that's cheap on a whole other level. Michael Hensley, my brother, my Trump-loving brother. What's going on, man? Who's this? Bataska Boys, but I don't know what it says. I'll just call you Bot. Long live King Trump. You think he's a king, or you want him to be a king? Kim, oh please, what does that mean, Kim? Kim McNichols. What am I saying that's wrong? Tell me, please. I want to know. What am I saying that's wrong? Trump Casino. What about it? See, Kim McNichols would come in here and say, oh, please, but then is she going to tell me what it is? Apparently, she doesn't like what I'm saying. What am I wrong about? Does she not believe the Boy Scout story? She can look that up. So you look it up. It's true. True. You got to remember, Trump cheated that charity. I mean, he's not even allowed to have a charity in New York anymore because of the fraud. He was stealing cancer money from cancer kids and shit. That's why, it's funny, man. A lot of these Republican assholes, they'll always bring up this thing because they're trying to look for anything they can to say, oh, look at Donald Trump. He's such a good man. So they bring up, I don't know. I don't remember if it was during the State of the Union. I think it was where Trump, no. Maybe. Yeah. It was in the beginning of this term. I don't know what the fuck it was, but there's that kid has cancer. You remember who I'm talking about? And they made him like an honorary deputy or ICE agent or some shit like that. Now, Democrats didn't stand up and clap and America wasn't just like, oh, what a nice thing he did. But they act like it was this sweet thing, oh, look what he did for the kid with cancer. What they forget to tell you, or they don't even know, is that right before that, Trump cut funding for pediatric cancer research. So the kid was just a photo op. The kid was just a prop for Trump. He doesn't care about kids with cancer. Have you seen the story about the helicopter crash involving 3 Trim casino executives in 1989? That Trim missed the flight. Are you saying Trump? Do you mean to say Trump? Yeah, Trump. Yeah, I know about that. I don't know who it will be, but look at Venezuela, for example, economic collapse. Then they got Chavez, a socialist. to fix everything and drove Venezuela further into ruin. Then they got Maduro. Well, I think Venezuela has a lot of other problems too, you know. And I guess you're referring to Mamdani because it's going that direction, the country. We'll just have to wait and see, you know. Best part of Trump in office is I get 4 years of libtards like you crying for 4 years. Wow, it's amazing you had to add 4 years again. So basically, if you lose health care, if you lose your job, if you lose everything, it's okay as long as you own the libs. Yeah, that's your thinking. That's the problem. You voted for a guy, first class carrier, with no knowledge about the dude himself. You know, no knowledge of his policy plans, nothing. And just because you want to own the libs. Meanwhile, the libs been owning you, bro. You know what I mean? You're the guy that has to live with this stain on you. We're going to be on the right side of history no matter what. Remind us, what are Democratic polling at? Your TDS is epic. No one's claiming he is a saint. He's a hell of a lot better than communist who took over the demoted party. Well said. Well spelled, too. Democrats polling is somewhere around where Donald Trump's is. Donald Trump has a 36% approval rating. You do know that, right? Which I believe is a record low for his second term, a 36% approval rating. So why don't you talk about that instead? Because, guys, let me explain this to you. And I did a video about this yesterday. The reason the Democrats' poll numbers are so low, I know, see, they project, so the Trump supporters think, well, all the Democrats support them, but the rest of the country hates them. No, their polling is so low because we can't stand them either. I will not approve of their job performance under any circumstances, unless it's a specific individual. But the Democrats as a party, no, they're pussies, they're weak, they don't fight for their people, you know, and we're disgusted with them. So if we're polled about the Democratic Party, we will say we don't approve. You guys, you won't say that about Trump. You are devoted. You follow him blindly, and he is your whole identity. So you'll never say, well, I don't like that he did this, or I don't like that he did that. No, I don't approve. Never. That's why he has an 87% approval rating with Republicans and an overall approval rating of 36%. Amazing government-led disinformation board using the ability to lie and interfere in elections, using the media to lie. What are you talking about, Greg? Venezuela was so rich back in the day, it was the best place to live. They overextended with debt and the economy collapsed. Then Chavez and Maduro. I think we are right before Chavez. And maybe you're right. My spell checker graduated from Trump University. Tia Fireball, my buddy. That was so despicable and such a cheap move. Trump hates black people. Trump hates the disabled. Trump cut cancer research. Trump hates police. Everything about that show is manipulative. Which show? I'm sorry. You talking about? Oh, you talking about the kid with cancer? Yeah, it was. Most of the Democrat leaders have criminal records. You know that, right? I know that your president has 34 felonies, but which Democrat leaders have criminal records again? Can you tell me? Nobody crying. Yeah, Daryl, it's all in their fucking imaginations, you know? They see what they want to see. Did you read the new book Democrat published on their plans to destroy America? No, but believe me, it's bullshit. Why would a fucking a Democrat write a book about his plans to destroy America? Maybe I'm wrong, but you're not a liberal in my opinion. I'd say you're a moderate. Correct me if I'm wrong. No, you're 100% right, filthy fake. I'm not a liberal. There's a lot of liberal shit I do not agree with, and a lot of Republican shit I don't agree with. I told you guys, if certain Republicans would have gotten the nomination, I might have voted Republican this time. It's not likely, but that's only because of certain things I don't like on the left that I saw, you know, becoming too common under Biden. Higher than Obama and Biden. What's higher than Obama and Biden? They do this a lot, guys. I watched the content creators saying exactly what I've been thinking since 2020, that we should divide the populace into two parties. They get what they voted for and we get what we voted for. Oh, that would be beautiful. Yeah. Hell yeah. Unknown Trader, what's going on? Thank you for listening, guys. or bro, sorry. I'm not partisan. I think Trump was needed to stop the leftist takeover. Uh, the first lied on Biden and Obama behalf. The first lied on Obama and Biden behalf. Bro, aren't you the guy that said, didn't you just say something about Democratic leaders having criminal records? Yeah. What did you just let that go? I asked you who. Are you saying Obama and Biden have criminal records? What are you talking about? Oh, okay, Pat. The FBI lied on Obama and Biden and Obama's behalf about what exactly? No fight or argument from me today. Mom passed this morning. Ah, Victor. Victor, I'm so sorry, brother. My condolences to you and your family. I just lost mine in June. It's the worst feeling in the world. I'm sorry, bro. Maybe we can keep your mind occupied. I don't know. But that breaks my heart, bro. Victor, honestly, man, I'm sorry. Oh, man. Those are criminal records. Does anybody know what he's talking about? Trump's polls are higher than both Obama and Biden. Not true at all. Obama never got down to 36%. Never, not once. Biden did, but Trump got down to 34% in his first term. So, lower than Biden did. I don't know what you're talking about, the polls being higher than both Obama and Biden, unless you're talking about, are you talking about right now when they're not president? I don't know. I don't even know what you mean. Because if you look back through history, you'll see that's not true. Respect makes sense why I agree with a lot of things you say, even though I lean slightly more right. Well, I appreciate that, man. I do. Yeah, Victor, that's terrible, man. The media lied on Obama and Biden's behalf. Can you name me a specific lie or something? Because, I mean, are you really going to say that when you have the right wing media machine, especially Fox News, that lies on a constant basis for Trump to the point where they were sued and had to pay $787 million just for trying to help him out with the fake election fraud bullshit? Okay. Are you going to say Fox News doesn't lie on Trump's behalf every day? Do you know that through lawsuits, there's new text messages that have come out between Fox News personalities that have said clearly, they're stating in the text messages from 2021 or from 2020, we know he lost the election. We know, but we don't want to lose our ratings and our viewers. You can look it up. There's text messages from the Fox News personalities to each other talking about how they're fully aware that he lost the election. But if they tell you maniacs that, they're not going to have a channel no more, a network. Don't remember the Russia collusion. That's supposed to be hoax, Hunter laptop, etc., from lies to cover Biden and shame Trump. Well, first of all, I don't know what Obama had to do with. I guess you're including him with as far as part of the witch hunt against Trump for Russia collusion. You could say that's bullshit all you want. Russian collusion wasn't really proven, but a lot of people went to prison because of that investigation. And one of them went to prison because he lied about his contact with a Russian ambassador. So that should tell you something. You know what I mean? And the Hunter laptop, what about it? All of this has been litigated, brother. Greg, let me tell you, a Republican House Oversight Committee, you listening? A Republican House Oversight Committee cleared Joe Biden of any wrongdoing in that case, okay? The Burisma thing, all that horse shit. That's why they tried to impeach him 4 times and couldn't do it. So you could keep saying that, but it doesn't matter. Meanwhile, Greg's, your guy is convicted of 34 felonies by a jury of his peers, right? You don't want to bring that up, but you'll just say that Biden and Obama are criminals, and you'll say they have criminal records, which is complete nonsense. It is true on Politico. What is? I don't know what he's talking about. The polls right now? What do you mean? Why are they doing polls on Obama? What the fuck? They get a red card and we get a blue card, and we get the programs that we voted for and that we paid for, and they get the programs that they voted for and they paid for. They would be ruined. That is the greatest idea ever, because they would all become Democratic voters overnight. They would lose everything. Everything. They'd be working 80 hours a week without getting paid time and a half over 40. You know what I mean? They lose their jobs, no unemployment. The infrastructure will crumble. They'll barely be able to drive a car on the roads we have in this country. You know what I mean? Yeah, it'll be great. Medicare and Medicaid will go away. They'll fucking die because they won't have health care. SNAP will be gone. So the huge segment of Republicans that are on SNAP won't have food anymore. Sounds like a great idea. All media lies, all. And that's what they do. They make broad statements like this. But can I ask you what media lies? What specifically? Can you be specific? I posted the specific lies, Russia conclusion, and Hunter's laptop. Biden never met foreign officials, etc. But all of this was disproven. You realize that, right? I mean, the Russia collusion thing, you could say that wasn't proven. I mean, I guess not by the FBI or the special counsel or whoever was investigating it, but Donald Trump stood on television and said, Russia, if you're listening, please get me the 30,000 emails. You'll be greatly rewarded. That was Donald Trump talking to Russia, trying to get them to hack into files and expose Hillary's emails. So that right there is the Russia conclusion. If nothing else, that's Russian collusion. And you're still talking about a laptop that nothing came from. That nobody went to jail. Nobody's going to jail. Joe Biden was cleared of any wrongdoing. But you don't want to talk about Donald Trump's actual convictions. Isn't that some shit? Yeah, Eric. I'm so sick of them voting against their own interest and hurting everybody in the country. Let's see how soon they change their minds when they're not allowed any of the social programs that we give. Oh, it would be overnight, like I said. They all have an agenda and are mostly bought. Yeah, pretty much. Fox News got sued many times for lying and they settled. Oh my God, they lie constantly. Did you see the split in perception of the double tap? What do you mean? The way they all told different stories? Folks, stay away from what Greg's smoking. Seems to cause brain damage. Yeah, Sports 74 sure does. Glutam something. Why does he suck Putin's dick so hard then? Who, Trump? Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's are you asking me or them? Because he's obviously Trump is basically just a Russian asset. I mean, he's obsessed with Vladimir Putin. Absolutely obsessed with him. But let's be honest. It's because Putin has dirt on him. We might not know exactly what that dirt is, but Putin has dirt on him. Believe that. I'm not seeing the post of some people either. That's because that's okay. That's because some people are watching through the Shorts live feed and some people are watching on the regular StreamYard thing. Greg, Paul Manafort, Trump's campaign manager, went to prison for Russian collusion. Facts hurt. Yeah, facts do hurt them. Yes, it's true. Yes, litigated, but Biden was not cleared. He was not letting go because he was a well-meaning. He was let go. Is that what you meant? Because he was a well-meaning elderly man. That is not true, Greg. That is not true. That's what you guys say because you got to make up for the fact that Joe Biden was never impeached or tried and convicted of anything. That's what you guys always say. Well, it's because he's an old man. Now you look that up and you get me the credible source that says that that's why Joe Biden wasn't tried. Meanwhile, go look and see if the Republican or Republican Oversight Committee basically cleared him of any wrongdoing, and then come back to me. Nah, you guys, listen, everybody isn't going to see all the same messages because you're watching two different, you know what I mean. One of them is the vertical live stream and one is the horizontal. It's two different chats. 14 of Trump's aides were charged and convicted of Russian collusion. God damn. Yes. He was convicted by someone who campaigned against him. It was a biased jury. Greg's, you know that whether she campaigned against him or not, that doesn't say anything about the jury. You know, Greg's, that the jury, this is how pathetic they are. You see this? The jury was picked as much by Trump's lawyers as they were by the prosecution. So Trump's lawyer had a say in every one of those jurors sitting on that jury. Okay. And when you say someone who ran against him, What he's talking about is Letitia James ran on locking up Donald Trump. Now, to them, that means no good. It's all bullshit because she ran on it. You ever see a politician run on like locking up a crime boss or something throughout, the history of America? They run on putting a certain type of criminal away, something like that. Well, she was fully aware of Donald Trump's criminal activity. So part of her campaign is that she's going to lock him up. Doesn't mean that she brought bullshit charges, because that's what judges or juries are for, and lawyers, they would have his defense lawyers, which I'm assuming, he has unlimited funds to get defense attorneys. For some reason, they couldn't get the case thrown out, but it was all bullshit, right? Nah, bro. She ran on it. Just like if a guy, let's just say the mafia was in full effect again. Okay. And there's a guy named Tony Pizza who runs the mafia. He's the godfather. He's the head of the commission, all 5 families. Okay. And the next guy running for president says, this mafia is a scourge on America, and they're extorting, and they're robbing, and they're stealing, and they're killing, and we're gonna fucking put these motherfuckers away. Now he wins the election and they all get put away. Does that mean that they weren't actually criminals? Or does that just mean that people do run on law and order and shit? Trump tries to do it, but he's a criminal. So Letitia James decided, she knows Trump's a criminal and she's going to try him in the state of New York. And that's what happened. Zoe, I know they are. Believe me, I know they are. Filthy faker. Biden did some dirty shit too, though. Backdoor deals with Chinese companies through Hunter. Trump's doing the same thing, though. But could you tell me specific things Biden did? Like, not just, a broad range of things. Like, what did he do exactly? Wait until AOC takes over the party. Democrats are no longer Dems. Yeah, sure. Yeah. You mean like how Trump took over the Republicans and the Republicans are no longer Republicans? I mean, there's not a single conservative in the entire fucking party, except for maybe, I don't know. No, I don't think there is. It was proven true. A picture was leaked with Biden meeting Chinese business officials. Greg's, can you give me the link to where I can find that picture? Hunter's laptop that the FBI lied about was proven true. Is that right? Yeah. Trump is a Russian asset, and I have the receipts. America, you sold your country ignorant. They did, the chat. I'm with you, bro. But I wasn't one of them, and the smart people in this chat weren't either. Can we keep it current, please? I try. I mean, can we talk about, well, I've already talked about the pardon thing. That is a big issue on my mind. I've talked about the Epstein files over and over. We could talk about the fact that Trump just said affordability is a hoax, or the fact that Trump is pawning off or should I say, he's throwing Pete Hegseth under the bus about the this whole double tap thing. And then Hegseth is throwing Admiral Bradley under the bus. And it's just hilarious because nobody will take responsibility for killing what was probably 2 innocent people. Selling prayer napkins for $49.99, Visa and MasterCard accepted, Donald Trump approved. See? Watches, Bibles, everything. No, Pat, listen to me. Pat, it's 2 different chats, bro. You're not going to see all the comments. You're only going to see the comments on the horizontal live stream. You're not getting it. YOUR. It's a common trait in Trump supporters to spell that wrong. The first knew these things were true, the first, and lied to interfere in an election. That far worse than Trump's supposed overinflated property values. So are you, Greg's, he didn't get convicted of overinflated property values, douchebag. That was a New York civil case, not the criminal one. The criminal one was falsifying business records 34 times in order to cover up for a hush money payment that he was using as a form of election interference. So you're not getting it. You don't even have the right case. The fucking guy has so many criminal and civil cases, even his supporters don't know which is which. And you're telling me they lied to interfere in an election. So you're talking about Trump's FBI, right? The FBI under Donald Trump cheated in Biden's favor. That's what you're telling me? All right. That would be totally unconstitutional, Tia. LOL. That would be insane, though. It would wreck the economy. At least half of it. Fox News is an entertainment channel. Look up the Sean Hannity interview with Ted Koppel. Oh, yeah. They said in a court thing about Tucker Carlson with the Dominion voting systems, they said nobody in their right mind would take Tucker Carlson seriously. So they know. You know what I mean? You guys just don't know. And not charging someone with crimes they did commit because they're too old and incompetent is not the same as clearing him. Greg's, you can keep saying that, but it's bullshit. Show me anywhere. I told you, go get me the source that says, the credible source that says Biden wasn't tried because of his old age. You just made that up. You literally just made that up. I've seen you guys saying shit like that before. Again, it's an excuse you have to use because bottom line is your guy got convicted of crimes and Biden didn't even so much as get impeached. So you just say he wasn't tried for that reason. Yeah, Donald Trump, like right now, he wouldn't be trying Biden because, he's just an old man. The most evil scumbag on earth who would like to kill Biden if he could is like, nah, we're not going to try him. He's a nice old man. Fuck out of here, bro. And do you believe Biden was competent his entire term and Dems and the media didn't cover it up? Well, here's the thing. His presidency was great. Oh, Antonino, $25 for the direction of the channel. It will be huge. Thank you, brother. Thank you very, very much. Biden was a great president, whether you like it or not. He did a lot of good for the country. Great economy under Biden. Everything else. Jobs numbers. Everything fantastic. Was there times like the debate where he was completely out of it? Yeah. He's also, 80 years old, and that's, just like Trump now. You see how Trump is falling asleep every single day for like a week now. He's falling asleep on camera, cabinet meetings, press conferences, everything. Okay. So Joe Biden was tired. He was old. Now, as far as did he have dementia or something, or was he competent? Neurologists say that they checked his brain and there was no signs of Alzheimer's or dementia. Now, I am not either of those two things, so I can't tell you better than they can. Do I think he was fully with it? No, absolutely not. But I think Trump is a lot worse off, and I could show you proof of it. Donald Trump is way more demented and fucked up than Biden was, without question. And as far as the media covering it up, you're assuming that the media knew this. Like you guys always say, you guys covered up for Biden. How do we know what they knew? Or how do you know what we knew? You think we had information about Biden you didn't have? Maybe the media did. Who knows? But I'm not part of that. So I couldn't tell you. I think that Fox News and you motherfuckers are covering up for Donald Trump's dementia. I think that. I bet my life on it. I mean, I could see it with my own eyes. It's happening. Donald Trump is obviously very, very sick. There was a guy who came out, a physical therapist with a doctorate, who spoke about that blotch on Trump's hand. It's because they give him an infusion of some medication, which is supposed to slow the symptoms of Alzheimer's disease, which tells me he probably has Alzheimer's. There's a medical expert saying it. Plus, we see things that make it, Eric Klein, that make it appear that he absolutely has, one of those, Alzheimer's or dementia. The guy gets lost on stages. He has to be led around a ballroom by a foreign leader. He's falling asleep on camera. He's in a coma next to Marco Rubio the other day, completely asleep while Marco and RFK were talking. So, you guys will say all day how we lied about Joe Biden's cognitive, state, whatever. But you'll lie about Trump's, even when I show you proof of it. You'll lie. So you're talking about yourselves. Biden had cancer. He's in remission now. Biden had cancer, not when he was president. We would have known if he had cancer when he was president. And I don't think he's in remission now. He just aced his cognitive test. Yeah, he aced the cognitive test. The Montreal cognitive test, that it literally only exists to see if people have full-blown dementia or not. That's all that test tells you. He thinks it's an IQ test. We never saw Biden in 4 years. Oh, well then how could you possibly know there was anything wrong with him? You see how your arguments never work? If you didn't see him, how could you know he was so cognitively impaired? Because let me tell you, user, the rest of us saw him. He did he did his State of the Union thing every fucking year. He did cabinet meetings every year. So I guess we were seeing things. So which way? You can't have it both ways. Was he obviously so cognitively impaired he couldn't do the job, and you saw that with your own eyes, or did you not see him for 4 years? Which one is it? You can't have both. Let me see. Stable Genius. Yeah, that's him. No, they make all presidents take them. No, they don't. Darth Balls, they don't make all presidents take the Montreal cognitive test, if that's what you're talking about. Look it up right now. See what other presidents took it. Go ahead. It's only a test. The test exists. It's not just for presidents and presidential candidates and nominees and shit. It's a test to determine whether or not a person has dementia. The whole test thing should tell everybody Trump is some moron. Well, he's smarter than them. They don't know. You know what I mean? He's smart to them. Like, it's just like what they thought about Charlie Kirk. They thought the guy was a fucking genius. Meanwhile, somebody fucking fooled him with a picture of a whale fetus. Fooled him into thinking. Not even fooled him into thinking. The guy showed a picture of a whale fetus, and Charlie Kirk said it was a human fetus. Bottom line is, whoever is saying what you want to hear to you, that's who's telling the truth. Whoever's saying what you want to hear. And anybody who's not is lying. All right. I never said he was impaired. Well, what are you saying? What are you saying if he's not, it wasn't impaired? You know what impaired means, right? Got a job overseeing Mueller, lied about Mueller's report, lied to Congress about his lies, helped Trump pressure Ukraine, buried a whistleblower complaint, hid the complaint from Congress. You thought Mark Meadows. Oh, yeah. Tia is full of facts. You look at the shit Tia puts in the chat. It's all true, and she knows her shit a hell of a lot better than I do. Auto pen isn't a president. All right, so you guys are obsessed with the auto pen thing. So if I show you a clip right now of Donald Trump saying he don't know who he pardoned, would that mean that he uses an auto pen? Because let me tell you, it absolutely would. Now, Joe Biden, let me explain. The proof that he used an auto pen to sign pardons, there is none. It's speculation. It's something Donald Trump says. But he might have. The thing is, that's absolutely fine. As long as he knew who was being pardoned, he can authorize them to use an auto pen. You know that's a thing, right? And every president for like 70 years has used a fucking auto pen. So as long as he knew, and Joe Biden never said, not once, I didn't authorize that, or I don't know who they pardoned with my signature, but Donald Trump did. But I guess you probably don't want to bring that up, right? Here, I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you. Shit. I'm pulling it up. Hold on. It's right here. Hopefully I don't get a copyright complaint for this shit. That would fucking suck. I did it on one of these shows before, though, so I should be okay. All right. Give me a second. All right, let me pull this video up. Tell me if this sounds like an auto pen situation to you, okay? And if, I would tell you to be honest, but you won't be. Watch.
So far this year, the president has pardoned or shortened the sentences of more than 1,600 people. The latest pardon was for a cryptocurrency tycoon who is known as CZ. The company CZ founded, Binance, helped boost the profile of the Trump family's crypto firm, World Liberty Financial. He pled guilty in 2023 to violating anti-money laundering laws.
Right.
The government at the time said that CZ had caused significant harm to U.S. national security, essentially by allowing terrorist groups like Hamas to move millions of dollars around. Why did you pardon him?
Okay, are you ready? I don't know who he is. I know he got a 4-month sentence or something like that.
Oh,
And I heard it was a Biden witch hunt.
In 2025,
he said, "Are you ready?" I don't know who he is. He pardoned the guy.
I don't know who he is. I know he got a 4-month sentence.
essentially by allowing terrorist groups like Hamas to move millions of dollars around. Why did you pardon him?
Okay, are you ready? I don't know who he is. I know he got a 4-month sentence or something like that. And I heard it was a Biden witch hunt.
In 2025, his crypto exchange Binance helped facilitate a $2 billion purchase of World Liberty Financial's stablecoin. And then you pardoned CZ. How do you address the appearance of pay for play?
Well, here's the thing. I know nothing about it because I'm too busy doing the other.
But
I
he got
can
a
only
pardon.
tell you that.
But he got a
No,
pardon.
I can only tell you this. My sons are into it. I'm glad they are because it's probably a great industry, crypto. I think it's good. You know, they're running a business. They're not.
So in other words, let me translate for you guys, since I know you don't know a lot. Okay, so I'm talking to the Trump supporters. He pardoned a guy who got him a $2 billion investment in his company, World Liberty Financial. Now that's an obvious, it's like he got bribed to pardon him. I mean, that's too obvious pay for play, no question. And by the way, he almost walked out on the show. It's in the transcript. He made them edit the 60 Minutes interview, which is literally what he sued them for when they edited Kamala's. He made them edit out the part where she keeps saying, well, how is that not pay for play? And he said, well, how about if I get up and walk out? I don't want to be asked these questions. It was an obvious pay for play. So what does he have to do? He has to say, I don't even know the guy. I don't know who he is. Because bottom line is he pardoned the guy only. That guy pleaded guilty to his crimes. He wasn't railroaded by the Biden administration. He pleaded guilty. Okay. So he can't admit that he, knew who he pardoned because it would be obvious corruption, So, but according to him, it was the auto pen, according to him, because how else could a pardon have been signed without his knowledge? And by the way, this guy, Greg S., who says, no, Trump doesn't read half the crap. He signs. Biden admitted he didn't know about several pardons or executive orders he signed. Show me the credible source, Greg. He did not. He did not. You are full of shit. Did Biden ever admit that he didn't know about several of his pardons or executive orders he signed? No, Joe Biden has flatly denied claims that pardons or executive orders were issued without his knowledge, calling such suggestions ridiculous and false. He maintains he made every single decision during his pregnancy. Greg, you listen to horse shit. You know how I know? Because you just mentioned a couple of times in here secret or photos of Joe Biden secretly meeting with Chinese officials or whatever, right? So I Googled it. There's one source for that. One source for that story with the photos. Anybody want to guess what that source was? Go ahead, guys. Go ahead and guess. What's the one source that actually talks about what Greg is saying? Go ahead. Come on, guys. Be quick. I don't want to keep the chat waiting. Guess what source it was? He never said who he pardoned either because he don't know. Fuck 46. Okay, that's just you saying it. But Jones, anybody, do you want to acknowledge the fact that Donald Trump just did what you're accusing Joe Biden of, and I showed you the proof of it? Or are you just going to keep saying Biden did it, even though there's no proof Biden did it, and there's rock solid proof Trump did? Are you going to acknowledge that at all? Or are you just going to ignore it? See what they do, guys? They're all assholes. They're not man enough to be like, oh, damn. He says he doesn't know who he pardoned. Nope. They won't do it if they don't have it in them. One class carrier. Yeah, I'm crying. Yeah, I'm not just doing this like for a living or anything. It's not my job. Yeah, I'm on here crying. Typical Trump, deny, deflect, and defecate on America. Yes, Pamela. Trump is anti-American. He is. Let me see. Yeah, they have been for a couple of weeks. Bitcoin has been dropping, I believe, unless it started going back up. What does that mean? His pregnancy. What does that mean? Johnson was on air regarding it. Biden didn't know about several things. So, okay. So Mike Johnson said that Biden did know about several things. So you believe Mike Johnson, the guy who's basically a slave to Donald Trump and does whatever Donald Trump tells him to. You see what I mean? And yeah, Fox, Deganey, yes. That's the one source for Greg's bullshit about pictures of Biden secretly meeting with Chinese officials. Fox fucking News. I looked through everything, not one other source of it. Fox. So you believe Fox and Mike Johnson, and in your mind, it's fact. Joe Biden clearly stated he knew about every fucking pardon. There wasn't one he didn't know about. But I just showed you Trump saying he didn't, and you're ignoring that. Putin has nasty pictures of Trump doing stuff. That's what keeps Trump in line. Oh, no doubt. Of course he does. There's the interview. I don't know if you know this, Greg. Even if it's showing up for you, you can't put up you can't put links in the chat. You don't have a wrench. I hope you got daughters and a tranny has them. Wow. See? They're animals. I don't even know who this guy is. But if you notice, he's obviously a one-issue voter. Probably two. Transgender people and Mexicans. Because that's what's on his mind. Colin, as far as I saw, did not bring up a single point or talk about anything politics related or current or relevant. Nope. His first comment that mentions anything like that is about a tranny. Oh, Johnson spoke to him. I'm sorry, you wrote that one. So Johnson said this, or did Biden say it? Johnson or Biden? Where's the interview, Greg? Just all you got to do is put in the title and I'll pull it up. Pedophiles don't get into heaven, Trump, nor do the people who protect you. No. And that's why he's worried. He keeps saying he's not going to get into heaven. I posted the source, who is very CNN, who is very anti-Trump, and you can only find one source. The link I shared shows you're wrong. Or you could just tell me the title of the video and I could look it up. Of course you do, Colin, because you're a fucking moron. Go get the transactions from the cabinet interviews about the auto pen. That's where it came from. No. Clown Puncher, everybody uses an auto pen. And even if pardons were being signed with auto pens, you dipshit, it doesn't mean Biden didn't know about them. You don't realize this is one of the things Trump uses to distract you dopes? That's all it is a distraction. Even he knows it's nonsense. You believe Google. No, I believe Fox and Mike Johnson. Yeah, Google's a much less reliable source than Fox and Mike Johnson. You said pregnancy instead of presidency. Oh, my bad. Am I tripping or is Google lying? I remember Biden saying he didn't understand his executive orders. So now you're saying he didn't understand. First of all, I doubt he said that. But don't move the goalpost or change it, because they were saying that Biden said he doesn't know about several pardons he signed. So I'm asking for the fucking title of the video, Greg's. I don't even know that Biden had that many pardons, but even if he did, yeah, Biden knew about them. Trump just lets shit be done. Like he just pardoned, and I'm sure you guys don't want to talk about it. He pardoned the former president of Honduras who trafficked 500 tons of cocaine into our country. You probably don't want to bring that up, right? Not a big fan of Trump, but it's all about the options you have. So if it is between Trump or Kamala, I'm taking Trump twice on Sundays. Well, that's because you're not bright. You know what I mean? Twice on Sundays? All right. Do you mean every day and twice on Sunday? I think that's what you meant. I'm taking Trump twice on Sundays. Oh my God. Holy shit. Both Johnson and Biden. Okay, so give me the title of the video where Biden says that he didn't know about the pardons. Why won't you do that, Greggs? Why? CNN newly released pictures show Joe Biden meeting Hunter Biden's Chinese business partners by Marshall Cohen. So let's just say that's true. Was this a secret meeting or was this just a meeting? Just out of curiosity. Which one? That his own cabinet admits to. Which thing are you talking about, Clown Puncher? Because I'm trying to get to the bottom of this dickhead saying that Biden admitted in an interview that he didn't know about several of the pardons he signed. But Greg won't give me a title to a video for that. Just in, Speaker Johnson tells alarming story. Greggs, you believe Speaker Johnson? Are you fucking for real? You believe Donald Trump too, don't you? Hate to burst your bubble. I'm a legacy driver with Uber. I do Uber all over the United States. I can tell you 99.8% of everybody that gets in the car loves what Trump is doing. That's what we call anecdotal evidence. This guy's bragging about being an Uber driver, first of all. Secondly, 99.8% of the people love what Trump is doing. It's funny, eccentric, that half the country or half the voters in this country didn't even vote for him in the last election. Not even half the voters. Why do you think that is? Why do you think when there's no Kings rallies, 7 million fucking people show up? What do you think about stuff like that? What about the 70-something million people that voted against Trump? Do they count? Let me guess, they all love what Trump's doing too? Do you even know what Trump's doing? Do you know anything about it? Kamala over Trump any day. Of course, Storm. The who world does business with the Chinese. The whole world. What the fuck? That was Nixon. Biden's bad, Trump bad. You are duped. Okay. Who is that? Jeff Zion. Who is that? I posted video titles. Not for the Biden thing. I want to hear the Biden thing that Biden said he didn't know about the pardons. Post the title. I'll tell you what, I'm not going on a fucking wild goose chase. Just post it again. For the record, I got my info listening to Senate hearings, not CNN, not Fox. Yeah, no, you got, it's not info. It's disinformation, misinformation, bro. You realize that? It's Mike Johnson you're talking about. Are you out of your fucking mind? Mike Johnson, the guy that's been helping cover up the Epstein files for the last 4 or 5 fucking months. Mike Johnson, the guy that lied and said Trump was an informant against Epstein and then had to come out the next day and say, my bad, I was wrong. When in fact, he didn't make a mistake. He was actually just lying. Look, he'll just keep saying I posted the title instead of just, posting the title. I'm going to wait for you to post the title of that video and I'm going to move on to something else. His approval ratings numbers do not agree with you. Agree with who? Me or them? Because you know that his approval ratings is 36% right now. You are an extreme disgrace to your father and this country. If you don't like it, pack up your shit and get out, you little bitch. Damn, I got you pissed off, don't I? What happened? What happened? I triggered you? You mad? I'm talking about your orange leader? Fuck face. Do you even have a father? You still looking for him? Trying to figure out who he is? Yeah. And I don't have to pack up my shit. You do know that I could just say, why didn't you pack up your shit and leave under Biden, right? Fuck face. Yeah. It's kind of America. You don't have to do that. What about ICE arresting a white girl yesterday with blonde hair? She was in a white car and they drugged her out and she was an American, but they support ICE as well. I didn't see that, but they'd be fine with it. Biden didn't get 80 million votes. Yeah, I mean, if you totally ignore the fact that he did, then yeah, he didn't. Where did those votes come from, Adam? And it's funny, Trump, the most powerful man in the world, still can't produce the answer to that question, huh? Still can't tell you where they came from if they weren't legit. Ain't that some shit? At least it wasn't a back channel to Putin like Trump has. Yeah. Yes, both Biden and Trump suck. I do, however, believe Trump was necessary. Well, you're wrong. Now give me the title to the video. You weren't lying, were you, Greggs? Could you have been lying? Because you know there's no video in the world where Biden said he didn't know about his pardons being signed. Jay Sizzle, President Trump, please come save Minnesota. Believe this guy? Yeah. He's like their daddy. Good, please come save me. And meanwhile, they'll tell you how all the libs just have their hands out. They want free shit. But this guy's begging for fucking Donald Trump to come save him in his sorry ass state. The No Kings rally, here we go, was paid for by the CEO of Walmart and a whole bunch of Marxist communist groups. All these people hate America, and yet they would rather live in Canada that bows to a king. Hypocrite. Let me ask you something. How come me and my wife and many people I know in different areas were at these rallies and none of us got paid? You see what I mean about how full of shit they are? Nobody in their right mind would believe that. But they cannot acknowledge that many people hate their dear leader. They can't. So they just say it was all fake. It was all paid for with no proof whatsoever. They just say it. I told you, it's not Trump that's the problem. It's these people. Every Trump supporter is a pedo protector. Yes. That sounds like total bullshit. That guy's making it up. See, when you do that, you have to say names and shit because I don't know who you mean. And the Eastern files that were released implicated Dems. One Dem was speaking to him after he was convicted in Senate hearings. After he was convicted. What do you mean after he was convicted? That video was from not that long ago, I believe. I'm not sure which one you're talking. I'm all confused now. You know, with the second case, he was convicted a long time ago in like 2009. You know, the second case, it never even made it to court because he died in prison, right? So what you're saying is the Epstein files, not the Eastern files. He can't spell the Epstein files, where there's, first of all, that they haven't even been released yet. They haven't even been released yet. But you're talking about some information showing that what's her face? I always forget her fucking name. Took some text messages from Epstein during a Senate meeting or something. So that means that she's a full-blown pedo. But the emails that were dropped that have Trump's name in them more than anyone else, 1,686 times, that say Trump knew about the girls and Trump was at my house with Virginia Giuffre for hours alone. They don't mean anything. But the one where a congresswoman was taking text messages from Epstein during a hearing, that means that she's a full-blown pedo. Gotcha. Look at this guy. You're still crying. Damn. And you might want to recheck Trump's approval rating. LOL. Hopefully you will find who your daddy is. Fuckface. So weird. And I would never even call my own dad daddy, you fucking closeted homo. Who the fuck calls another man daddy? Fucking weirdo. That's number one. It's because they're all gay. And number two, I know Trump's approval rating. You might want to recheck it. You see what they do is they're stupid people. So when they hear 87% approval rating, they have no idea that that's amongst Republicans and only Republicans. His overall approval rating is about 36%. Yeah, he does. It's all over YouTube. She's sitting on the grass and some medical scrubs, and she's yelling in English, I am an American, I am an American, and they still put her in the back of the car. I believe it. Remember when Joe Biden pardoned his whole family and just vanished? By just vanished, do you mean he left office? Is that what you mean? After Kash Patel, is that what you mean by vanished? Like he did what every president does when they're not the president anymore and he just went away back home? What do you mean just, you see how they make it sound so sensational? He pardoned his family and vanished. Yeah, he went home. And there's nothing wrong with him pardoning his family. Nothing at all. Kash Patel, after Joe Biden said he wouldn't pardon his son, Kash Patel made it clear that as the new FBI, he was going to be the FBI director. He knew that. Trump already picked him. He said, I will do whatever it takes to prosecute Hunter Biden and that family, even if I have to create a crime. Okay, so who could blame him? And you think Trump wouldn't pardon his kids, which he probably will? What about Trump pardoning his fucking son-in-law's father? How about that? What about Trump pardoning the CEO of Binance, who was laundering money for pedos and fucking terrorists and pled guilty to his crimes? What about Trump pardoning this drug lord? Do you want to talk about any of the stuff that's happening now, or do we want to keep talking about fucking ex-presidents from years ago? For the love of Christ fucking sake, the president who's in office now, that's who we need to be worried about. Holy shit. These people are out of their fucking minds. They're still talking about Obama, for Christ's sake. But they don't want to talk about the current president. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start ignoring comments that aren't about Donald Trump. That's how we're going to do the rest of this show. You're definitely not married. Guys who've been with me a long time, my regular subs, the people with wrenches and stuff. Am I married? Steve Blair, $10 for, hey, Chris, fuck Trump. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, fuck him. Let me see. What makes him truth-seeking, discouraged? I'm not even a Democrat. That's crazy to say. Anyway, former President Joe Biden, I'll read this last one, acknowledged that he did not personally review and approve every single name on the final list for mass clemency actions issued at the end of his term. Clemency. Clemency, bro. I don't think you know that, or you might, that Joe Biden issued clemency to like 1,500 people in one day. You know about that? And you know that clemency isn't necessarily a pardon. Do you know that? Because there you go again. I told you. Now, show me where he said pardons, because you're talking about mass clemency. Clemency doesn't necessarily mean that. You want me to read it to you? Clemency includes other forms like commutation, sentence reduction, and reprieve, temporary postponement. Think of clemency as a broad category of mercy from a governor or president, while a pardon is a specific tool within the category that forgives guilt, often restoring rights as if the crime never happened. See, guys, look. What a surprise. Street Smart Politics turned out to be right again. I told you there's no video of him saying that he did not know everybody he pardoned. No video whatsoever. Clemency is different, Greg's. It's different. And of course, he probably didn't. There was probably a category of people that he was granting clemency to. He did 1,500 people in one day. Let me ask you something. Do you really believe that Donald Trump looked at 1,600 people's names when he pardoned the January 6th rioters in one day? He pardoned 1,600 people. You think he knew each one? Do you know that when he was signing the executive order or whatever the fuck it was to pardon these people, he said, he actually asked, I forget who it was in the Oval Office, how many of them is it? He didn't even know how many there were. So you sure you want to go with that argument? Telling you guys, you don't want to argue with me. It'll never work out in your favor. Let me see. Fuck me, your marriage must be so much fun. It's great. I have a beautiful fucking wife who I adore. Yeah, it's great. I got a good life, guys. I know you'd like to think otherwise, but your man Biden didn't even know where he was. Well, let me show you something. I want you to see a video of Donald Trump being asked the same question 2 times in a row. And I know the regulars are sick of this video. I can't help it. There's always new people. He's asked the same question clearly in a silent room twice. Now let's see how he answers.
Okay, please, in the back.
Dana Marie McNichol Fox.
Okay, I don't know why it's not working.
Okay, please, in the back.
Dana Marie McNichol, Fox News Channel. Mr. President, is there an expected time frame that detainees will spend here, days, weeks, months? And does that have anything to do with the immigration judges you just spoke about being trained and staffed here?
When you say, what was the first part of your question? Who?
Is there a specific time frame you expect the detainees to spend here, days, weeks, months?
In Florida?
Yes, here at Alligator Alcatraz.
I'm going to spend a lot. Look, this is my home state. I love it. I love your government. I love all the people around. These are all friends of mine. They know them very well. I mean, I'm not surprised that they do so well. They're great people. Ron has been a friend of mine for a long time. I feel very comfortable in the state. I'll spend a lot of time here. I want to, for 4 years, I've got to be in Washington, and I'm okay with it because I love the White House. I even fix up the little Oval Office. I make it, it's like a diamond. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. It wasn't maintained properly, I will tell you that. But even when it wasn't, it was still the Oval Office, so it meant a lot. But I'll spend as much time as I can here. My vacation is generally here because it's convenient. I live in Palm Beach. It's my home. And I have a very nice little place, nice little cottage to stay at, right? But we have a lot of fun, and I'm a big contributor to Florida, pay a lot of tax. And a lot of people move from New York, and I don't know what New York is going to do. A lot of people moved to Florida from New York, and it was for a lot of reasons, but one of them was taxes. The taxes are so high in New York, they're leaving. I don't know what New York's going to do about that, because some of the biggest wealthiest people and some of the people that pay the most taxes of any people anywhere in the world, for that matter, they're moving to Florida and other places. So we're going to have to help some of these states out, I think. But thank you very much. I'll be here as much as I can.
Did he sound like he knows where he is? Yeah, I know. Just go ahead and ignore stuff like that. I know how you guys are. A pardon is the most common form of clemency. I don't know that it is, but they were not. What this guy's talking about was clemency, not necessarily pardons. Okay. And Kathy Hall said it right here. At Greg, he didn't release them all. I'm sorry, he didn't release them. All he did is remove them from death row. Are you guys that damn stupid that you can only follow half the damn news and not the whole story? Hot damn, I thought you guys, they're fucking morons. And yeah, of course, he might have, I don't know exactly, but if he said, take everybody on death row in a certain place or something like that, give them clemency, commute their sentences to this, or this. Why do they have to know every single name and again, we're going to talk about the current president. Okay. Did Donald Trump know about all the 1,600 people he pardoned in one day? Because Joe Biden never pardon that many people in one day. So did Donald Trump know of all the 1,600 people? Timothy Sullivan, you're a Trump supporter, bro. You're literally one of the dumbest people in the country. We can keep a smile. We can keep a straight face when we speak about Kamala or Biden because they're light years smarter than your fucking dickhead leader, Timothy. Timothy, are you at a Klan meeting now or is that later? Let me see here. Trump is worse than Reagan with confusion and deflection. Yes. Let's talk about the fact that the United States is a corporation and its jurisdictions. Yeah. We know. Lincoln freed millions, henceforth forever free for some reason. They haven't figured it out. The free, not part of this system. Wake up, black people. Woke Nation. Sure. Guys, hit the like button and subscribe. It's very, very important. And donate to the show. Why not? A super chat or something. But definitely hit the like and subscribe. We're on here saying he's mentally capable. Yes. Wait, where are you on here? Whatever, Sean. You want to rewrite that? Trump's dementia meds are turning him into Sleepy Don. Yes. Let me see. Anybody want to answer whether or not they think Donald Trump knew about all those pardons from January 6th? Knew each individual person and reviewed each individual case in one day, 1,600 pardons. Does anybody want to answer that? Because he did it on his first day back in office. Anyone? Look at this dickhead, Lisa Stover. How do you report a podcast to the FBI, CIA, or any other federal agency? Well, stupid. I would assume that you just call them. Go ahead and report my podcast. And what law am I breaking, by the way? Sure. Where We are you, one of the people on here saying Biden was mental capable. My God, Sean. Let me read that again to you guys. Sean Rainey said, sure, we are you, one of the people on here saying Biden was mental capable. You know what's funny is they see like these videos, these clips that Fox News shows them, literally just clips, and they edit the clips to make it look like Biden was out of his fucking mind. They do it. They did it all the time. It was constant. But I could show you some shit right here. They don't want to acknowledge stuff like this. They don't want to acknowledge stuff like this. They want to pretend shit like this didn't happen. What's unlawful? What's unlawful? Lisa, go outside and cry. Yeah, gotta report the fucking podcast, idiot.
My God, what freedom else would you take away? Look, it's a decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. The Supreme Court majority wrote the following, and with all due respect, justices, women are not without electoral power. Electoral or political power. You're about to realize just how much you're right about that.
The fucking Supreme Court wouldn't even stand.
Right. Great in her hometown, providing stability for her family and pride and dignity as well. Showing once again, Wall Street didn't build America. They're not bad guys. They didn't build it, though. The middle class built the country, and unions built the middle class. I say to the American people, when America gets knocked down, we get back up. We keep going. That's America. That's you, the American people. It's because of you America's coming back. It's because of you our future is bright. It's because of you that tonight we can proudly say the state of our union is strong and getting stronger. Tonight, I want to talk about the future of possibilities that we can build together. A future where the days of trickle-down economics are over and the wealthy and the biggest corporations no longer get all the tax breaks. And by the way, I understand corporations. I come from a state that has more corporations invested than every one of your states in the state of the United States combined. And I represented it for 36 years. I'm not anti-corporation, but I grew up in a home where trickle-down economics didn't put much on my dad's kitchen table. That's why I determined to turn.
So you see, Fox, I guess, didn't want to show you that. Did you see the State of the Union? That was last year, by the way. That was last year. So what they show you is, for example, there's a clip they show you where Biden gets out of his car and he turns around and he's just like this. And they didn't show you the whole video. They just showed you him staring blankly like that. And it looked like, oh my God, this guy doesn't even know where he is. In reality, if you see the whole video, he was watching skydivers. But see, that's the shit they did, and that's what they showed you. Meanwhile, Greg's Biden voted worst president alive. Watch this. Biden voted worst president alive. Are you talking about approval ratings? And you're talking about alive. So you're talking about out of Clinton, George W. Bush, Trump, and Obama, right? Now, look up the scholars. It was, I believe it was 154 presidential scholars, independent, conservative, and Democrat. And liberal. Okay. And you'll see that they voted Donald Trump the worst president in history. Did scholars say that Donald Trump is the worst president in history? Yeah. That's all you saw, fuckface. That's all you saw. Did you know that Donald Trump lied 36 times during that debate, dipshit? Did you know that? Best economy in 50 years. Yes. Yes, in a major 2020 survey, presidential scholars, ranked Donald Trump as the worst president in history. Other surveys have consistently placed him near the bottom. Now, I think Biden was like the 14th best, and and Obama was the 9th, I think. Yeah, so. So you just ignore that, Greggs. Don't go look that up at all. Now show the debates, show Biden. We've seen it. But the bottom line is that's what you got is the debates. I could show you the rally. You want to see the rally he did the day after the debate? Watch. Hold on.
I know I'm not a young man. State the obvious.
He's talking because of the debate the night before. Listen.
Well, I know. Well, I don't. Folks, I don't walk as easy as I used to. I don't speak as smoothly as I used to. I don't debate as well as I used to. But I know what I do know. I know how to tell the truth. I know right from wrong. And I know how to do this job. I know how to get things done. And I know, like millions of Americans know, when you get knocked down, you get back up.
So there you go. So that was the day after the debate. So fucking A, Joe. Yeah. This proves nothing. Show the debate. That was the day after the debate. We've seen the debate. Everybody saw it. And I did a show the next day and talked about how horrible Joe looked on that, how terrible he did. But what the news forgot to tell you again is that, just because you're spamming the chat, is that Donald Trump lied 36 times during that debate. 36 times. Go look it up. 36 verifiable lies. But see, the media didn't give that any attention. None whatsoever. Politics, whatever politics are going on in the world. Why is Sean so obsessed with Biden? I think, well, you know what I'm going to do? Because these shows, we get nowhere because every show, and I just did it to myself even, playing those Biden clips, I cut my views in half just now. So I'm going to make these shows no Biden. From now on, we're going to talk about Trump. And that's it. Because that's what the show is about. Trump is the president now. We might as well be talking about fucking George Washington. It's in the past. It don't matter. So that's how we're going to do it. 410. No, I'll just drop the link for you, RLV. Here, I'll drop the link for you. Come on and debate me. Trump's a murderer. It's not Biden per se. It's the Democrat Party and the snake oil they're pushing. The Democrats, not the Republicans, not Donald Trump and like, I don't know, an actual snake oil salesman like Dr. Oz or something, right? RFK and people like that. Yeah, they're not selling snake oil. It's the Democrats. How exactly? What is it, Greg's? What are you talking about specifically that you compare to being a snake oil salesman? What are the Democrats doing? Now we have Sleepy Don falling asleep way more than Joe ever did. Yeah. And they don't want to acknowledge that. They refuse to. That's why they just keep saying Biden. They don't want to talk about Trump's situation. He does. He lied 60,000 times in his first term, 60,000 times, or 30,000 times in his first term. Verifiable lies and misleading statements. Well, people voted for him. We can't say nobody voted for him, but just the density set up an illegal disinformation board. Did the Dems set up an illegal disinformation board? No. This is another thing you heard from Fox News, bro. CNN said Trump lied 36 times and fuckface dummies like and believe it. What are you saying, Samuel Sam? What? Whose side are you on? I'm not even sure what you're saying. Did they say good? CNN said it because it's true. He lied 36 times. And what do you mean fuckface dummies like and believe it? You know, he really did lie 36 times, right? Yeah, but we can't do it that way, Trophy Hunted. Even if I try, it won't work. In the beginning of the show, I named a bunch of topics we could talk about. It always ends up being the same thing. And people act like I come on here to just repeat myself every day. No, it's always the same shit. Yes, they did. Then they threatened social media. No, what you're talking about. And then we're done with the Biden shit because I'm tired of it. The show's about Trump and current politics, today's politics. What you're talking about is they had to go to Facebook and say, stop allowing disinformation about the pandemic and the vaccine because people are dying and they're getting the wrong information. And I'm glad, thank God they did that. Yeah, that's what you're talking about. They both lied during the debate, though, LOL. Mike Ramey, how many times did Biden lie versus Trump? Just out of curiosity. Go ahead. Let me know. How do you know he lied 36 times? Go on. Everybody knows it. He lied 36 times, 36 verifiable facts. Didn't the guy in here just say they reported it on CNN? It was everywhere. I think if the media showed it, I watched independent journalists. I don't watch those fucking networks, and they reported on it. So I don't know if ABC or CBS or MSNBC, I don't know if they did, but independent journalists certainly did. And you could go look up the lies. You can go look them up and check them out yourself. Ask them how they feel about Project 2025 now. I'm sure MAGA know what it is at this point in the presidency. Do you guys believe, let me ask a better question. How many of you Trump supporters believe that Trump is carrying out Project 2025 as we speak? I'm getting to Trump. This is why Democrat lost. I'm getting to Trump. Okay. All right, Greg's. Well, why don't we talk about everything's going to be centered around Trump because Trump is the president of the United States. So if you'd like to talk about some other issue, then bring it up in the chat. But how do we talk about today's politics and not talk about Donald Trump? I don't understand. Not talking about Biden makes sense. That's in the past. It's all over. But President Trump is the president now. So how do we not talk about him? There's another guy thinking about sucking black dicks. There's fucking gay guys everywhere. Oh, but he said he knows nothing about it. He's only implementing it faster than the authors ever imagined he would. Project 2025, 100%. He lied 30,000 plus times in his first term. He did. I'm not sure if he is or isn't, but it appears he's supporting Project 2025. Look at that. It's amazing. Greg's actually said it. So a lot of you guys denied that he would, and we said that he would. He absolutely knew about Project 2025, and he was going to implement those policies. And there's a lot more to come, guys. There's a lot more to come. They want to dismantle unions, okay? They already started with the federal unions. Okay, they want to dismantle unions. They want to change the way overtime is structured. They want to do everything from banning fucking porn to ending no-fault divorce, shit like that. Are you guys okay with Project 2025? Of course, he's part of the destruction of this country. Trump is. So you admit that. You said 410 and didn't finish. What are the other digits? 41? No. I dropped the link. Come on the show. I dropped the link. Here, I'll drop it again. Just grab the link. You can come on. Okay, tariffs. We have historically used them and prospered from them. Now Trump's trying to use them to eliminate taxes. What's your take? No, Greg, he's saying that he's going to use them to eliminate taxes. You really believe that? That's not true. And it wouldn't work anyway. That's not true. And besides, tariffs are taxes. They are taxes. We pay the tariffs, the American people. So they're taxes on us. As far as tariffs being a good idea, like reciprocal tariffs are one thing. Universal tariffs are not a good idea. What he's doing is only costing us a fuck ton of money. But believe me, he's not going to eliminate tax. Guys, he knows that people are waking up to the fact that things are more expensive under his presidency. Okay, so he knows people are pissed off about the tariffs. For instance, farmers are going out of business left and right because of the tariffs. Okay, people's dollar isn't being stretched nearly as far as it used to because of the tariffs. Grocery prices are up. Everything is up. So he's got to do something to appease you guys. So he tells you, well, they're only in place so we can eliminate taxes. He would never do that in a million fucking years. If anything, he would eliminate them for the top 1% and everybody else would still have to pay them, which they're pretty much already doing. So I don't believe that for a second, and you shouldn't either. Trump, I don't know anything about Project 2025. There are points in it with which I don't agree. I know, he's such an asshole. It's like, it's guys like this right here is why there's so much division in the country. Me, Jim Rat. You mean not Donald Trump, the guy that literally tries to divide everybody with culture wars and stuff like that, and identity politics, and stands on stage and says that the Democrats are the enemy of the people and he hates us. It's me that's divisive and not Donald Trump. Gotcha. Just making sure. And then confirmed, not claimed, trillions invested back into our country. How many trillions, Greg? Because how many trillions? You tell me. How many trillions have been invested back into our country? I'll wait for you to answer. No, I am in favor anything Trump wants to do except leave his office by impeachment. I don't know. Mimi, I think you wrote that wrong. I'm not sure. Everything Trump tells you about what he's doing and why he is doing it is a lie, a grift, or gaslighting, or all the above. There's virtually no honesty coming from him ever. This is true. He is not implementing the tariffs right away. Anyone with half a brain knows that. What do you mean he's not implementing the tariffs right away? He already did. What are you talking about? Donald Trump? Does this win pisses you liberal Democrats? God damn, bro. You are truly a MAGA guy. You are as illiterate as they fucking come. Holy Christ, man. Unbelievably bad. Terrible. The way you write and everything. And it will take time, but buying American is better. We need to being jobs and stability back. Do you mean bring jobs? Okay, so it's not working. He's not bringing jobs back. There's been 1.1 million layoffs so far this year. Okay. His jobs numbers are the worst since the Great Recession for about 5-6 months in a row now. Out of 6 months, 4 different months out of 6, he got negative job numbers. Do you understand what I'm saying? In other words, like a few days ago, Wall Street speculated that there would be 40,000 new jobs that were created in November. Okay. Turns out it was negative 32,000. Trump lost 32,000 jobs for the 4th time in 6 months. He lost jobs. Okay. So, and by the way, buying American, I don't know if you realize this, Greg's, but the tariffs are making American products more expensive too. And I'll tell you why. I always use this example because I know firsthand about it. I worked in a factory building Harley Davidsons for 4 years. I built Harleys, took them apart, all that shit. And a lot of those parts, probably the majority of them, come from manufacturers that are in other countries like China and Mexico and places like that. Okay. So although their product is an American-made product, it's made with foreign parts. So say, it could be anything from, foot pegs to, throttles to fucking gas tanks to something for a tour pack. Any of that shit comes from another country. It's tariffed. Okay. So let's just say a tour pack was, even though they don't build the tour pack, but they make the parts. We'll just say, okay. Let's say it's $400. Okay. Regularly. But now, because of the tariffs, it's $600. So that's a $200 difference. They're not going to eat that. So that $200 difference is going to be tacked on to the price of the bike. So now you're paying more for that bike than you would have if there was no tariffs. Okay. And remember, even in this, with this specific example, a Harley, there are dozens and dozens and dozens of parts, probably hundreds, that go on a Harley, from O2 sensors to all types of crazy shit. Okay. So imagine how many of those parts are being tariffed, and Harley has to pay more for the parts. It's the same thing. It could be a bottle of lotion. If there's an ingredient in it that's from another country and they have to pay more for it, just the way it is. I heard a thing one time. They talked about zippers on pants. If you're a fly, if the zipper comes from China, it's tariffed. Everything goes up, even if it's an American product. He's also already eliminated tax on tips, overtime tax with exceptions. Well, it starts next year. But, Greg, the huge tax cuts that he gave to the richest people in this country are permanent. The no tax on tips and overtime ends in 2028. It's only good for 3 years. And it's nothing but a tax deduction. It's not a tax credit. So it's not money you get back. It just means, and there's a cap. I'd say overtime, I think, is $12,500 per person. So you could write off $12,500 of your adjusted gross income, or you can, take that off your taxable income. Okay. So that's all it is. It's not a credit. It just lowers your amount of taxable income. That's all it does. It's really not that big a deal. Nobody's paychecks are getting bigger. None of that. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, it's like overtime, right? The no tax on overtime, people assumed, rightfully so, that what that means is if you work 70 hours this week, 30 of those hours, that overtime, that time and a half, isn't going to be taxed. So your paycheck's going to be bigger. Not true at all. Not true at all. Your paycheck will not be one dime bigger than it was before this law. Okay. So all it is a tax deduction at the end of the year. That's it. Oh, then call 410-941-9850. I didn't think about that, Mike. My bad. The same analysis from CNN said 10 times, but still they're politicians. They lie. Okay. So, all right. So what were we at for Trump? 36. So the same analysis from CNN said that Biden lied 10 times and Trump lied 36 times. And then he says they're politicians, they lie. But you see the difference, Mike? So Trump lied 36. That's 26 more times than Biden in 90 minutes. 36 lies in 90 fucking minutes. So you're going to tell me that we just put them on all on the same level. That's what I don't like when guys like this do this. What they'll say is, sure, Trump lies, but Biden lies too. I don't know. It's just like everything else. There's levels to everything. That's like saying most politicians are crooked. Most politicians are. But when you compare them to Donald Trump, they're nothing. They're like saints. Okay? So when you're talking about two guys and you say one lied 10 times, the other lied 36 times, therefore they're the same. No, clearly one guy lies more than the other on a regular basis. So if you were to pick a president, which one lies less? You know what I mean? Isn't that what you would prefer? The one that lies less? I would. The real Italian stallion, hey, FBS, these people would believe the sun was the moon if Trump said it. It's no use. They don't get it. LOL. I know, bro. You're right. I know. Okay, I'm freezing horrible. Just note I didn't attack you personally. I'd who did, but I don't condone it. Okay. Greg, your arguments are weak. Yeah. 36 times. Impressed. It's a lot of times. Yes, but media lies for Dems, BBC being most recent, so you can't really believe any of them. Greg S., this is what I mean. This is what I mean about you completely ignoring anything that's inconvenient to your argument. You know that they've done studies, right? And Fox News lies to their viewers more than any other network, astoundingly more than even CNN. Do you know that? So when you say the media lies for Biden, what you're forgetting to say right after that is, well, they also lie for Trump. Okay? That's what you're forgetting. All you're worried about is the people that lie for Biden. You're not worried about the people who lie for Trump. And by the way, once again, Greg S., he's the current president of the United States. Why are you not mentioning that? Greg S., does the media lie for Trump too? Did they literally have to pay a monumental lawsuit, $787 million because they lied for him? Oh, God. I know, Joe Mayo, for real. Guys, hit the like and subscribe, please. I'd appreciate it very much. Democratic Lie More, as stated, go to YouTube and Google Biden Lies compilation. If I do that, can I Google Trump Lies compilation? That'll be 97 times longer. I don't watch Fox, and I stated in the next statement is fewer due for Republicans. I did not forget to or overlook anything. So does Fox lie? See what he's doing here? What he's saying? So you watch CNN and MSNBC, and you know that they lie, but you don't watch Fox, so you don't know that they lie. Is that your argument right now? Seriously? Trump staff's all yes men. There's no reasoning. Fox News should be changed to Fox Opinion. Of course, Casey, yeah. Who the hell watches cable news? Probably 3/4 of the country. All media lies. They're all bought and paid for. Yeah. Every word that comes out of Donald Trump's mouth is a lie. He is a traitor and a pedophile. Yes. Yes, if Trump lies more, if Trump lies are him proving he lied himself and not media claiming it. Wait a minute. If I understand this, what you're saying is if Trump admits that he lied, then he lied, but not if the media says he did. Do you apply that same rule to Biden? Do you see how biased they are? How they won't even apply the same rule to both guys? ABC. Are you telling me that you don't know if Fox lies about Donald Trump? Is that what you're saying? And you're telling me that unless he says he lied, he didn't lie because you can't believe the media? Oh, God. And what of AMC who gave Kamala questions ahead of time? First of all, it's not true. It's literally bullshit. And secondly, what would that matter? You do know, like when two presidential candidates go into a debate, they know already what the questions are, right? They don't have to be given them. What do you think the questions are? Trigonometry? Dopey? The questions are the economy, domestic policy, foreign policy, taxes, People know that going in. You're listen to Greg. They make this argument all the time. So you're telling me Kamala got a list of the questions the entire country knew they were going to ask, and therefore she was more informed than Donald Trump. You don't think that both of them, like every other presidential candidates in history, were prepped with specific questions because everybody knows that that's what's going to be asked, because every goddamn election, the same fucking things are asked. Are you for real? I know. Yes, Biden's clips, Biden himself exposing himself, same rule. Greg's, listen, man, I'm going to give you one more shot, and then I'm just going to get rid of you, because trying to read your shit is, I'm going to have a fucking stroke. Can you please state that in English and tell me what it is you're talking about? Yes, Biden's clips, Biden himself exposing himself, same rule. The question was, do you only believe Trump lied if Trump tells you he lied, which he wouldn't, because that would be counterproductive when telling a lie. Does that apply to Biden too? Only if Biden said, yes, I lied, does it actually count as a lie? Think about this guy's logic. Massive unprecedented cuts by Doge and apparently 17 trillion in tariffs coming in, according to Trump. Yet our debt has increased $2 trillion since he took office. Where's the money going? Well, yeah. And that's why I asked the guy up there about what investments and stuff, because he tells people he got 17, sometimes it's 17, sometimes it's 20, sometimes it's 21 trillion in investments for the country, when in reality it's a total of like 7 something. Okay. And, a lot of this shit, it's not straight investments. It's border, or it's a trade deals, stuff like that. It's not an investment. They're not investing in the country. Like you can't say $500 million worth of trade is an investment into the country. It's a transaction. Okay. So you're not just giving us $500 billion or $500 million. We're giving you something in exchange. We're selling you something. And by the way, if Trump brought in 17 trillion in anything, we could pay off half the national debt. We'd have no problems. They couldn't afford to extend the ACA subsidies. Simultaneously, Trump is saying, I brought 17 trillion into the country, and also we can't afford 35 billion to extend the ACA subsidies so 24 million people can keep their health insurance. Okay? He didn't bring in 17 trillion anything, and you could check that out yourself. Even the White House website says it's only like 7 or 8 something. Okay. He just lies through his teeth. And the entire GDP of the United States of America is about 28 trillion. So if you believe he brought in 17, I got a bridge to sell you. In tariff money, he brought in somewhere around 300 billion, I think. 300 billion. That's it. And that's why he couldn't even send those $2,000 checks, because the $2,000 checks would exceed the amount of tariffs that are even taken in every year. I know they are. It is true they lost the lawsuit. Fox, yes. Yes, and just so happens Trump was the only one fact-checked. Not true. It's not true. It's just you saying that. Not only one fact-checked in what? The debate? Because so-and-so in here, whoever it was, just said that even CNN reported that Biden lied 10 times. So what are you talking about? Oh, God. This fucking vape is the worst thing. It's like fucking perfume. I got to throw that away. Holy shit. So all we know here that you have a disdain for Trump. So what kind of gripes do you have with the Democrats? I've expressed them many, many times. I think the Democrats are weak. I think they're pussies. I think Biden was soft on the border. I think, Democrats don't fight for their people. It's almost like they're paid to back down to Republicans. I've said all these things, but we're going to talk trophy hunted about the current situation. I'm done with all this horse shit from the past. We're going to talk about the current situation. And by the way, even if I had no gripes with Democrats, I could still have disdain for Trump. You realize that, right? Because Trump is the most evil, most corrupt cocksucker to ever hold public office. Soon Trump will have more felony convictions than approval points. That is beautiful. And you're so right. You're so right. Oh my God. Show me the receipts. Receipts matter. Receipts of what? Yes, I think intelligent people call them talking points. I can't type on mobile while I'm freezing up. Biden exposed his own lies by watching 2 different media interviews. Watch it and you'll understand. I don't even know. I don't know. When is Trump going to stop blaming Biden for everything? Never. Nothing is ever true with this Trump, only when it comes to Trump. Time has proven Trump right many times on allegations he made that were laughed at. Allegations he made that were laughed at. Nothing is ever true with this Trump, only when it comes to Trump. No. You guys have nothing but misinformation. You're stupid, stupid people. So yeah, the fact of the matter is generally the shit we talk about, me and the smart people in the audience, that stuff's true because we don't make shit up or listen to Fox News and take our word from Donald Trump and Mike Johnson. This guy tried to cite Mike Johnson as a source earlier. For the love of Christ. One of the most crooked politicians in the history of the fucking world. So what has he proven? Time has proven Trump right many times on allegations. What allegations? When Biden's crap comes to light, will you accept it or say IRS a lie? How long do we have to wait? Because he's been out of office almost a year, Walter White. How come the Republican House Oversight Committee could not impeach him and cleared him of any wrongdoing? Well, the Republicans couldn't impeach him. The Republican Oversight Committee cleared him of any wrongdoing. I admitted it was around 8T. You said 5T. You said 8T. I think it was 8 trillion something. Yeah, I don't lie. But somebody said it was 17 trillion, and it's not true. Because that's what Trump says. Investments, yeah. Fox, Newsmax, and OAN are the biggest offenders. Of course they are. These numbers are investments, are companies building factories, hiring workers, etc. No, not all of them. Not all of them. And it's not nearly as much as he says it is. He lies, Mike. You know that he said recently that Hyundai is going to be building a plant here. And when Hyundai was asked about it, they said, we have no idea what he's talking about. We have no plans to do that at all. So he lies. There are some companies like Apple and shit that, yeah, they're going to build plants in America. Although even the Apple plant, it's going to create jobs. It's a good thing. But people think iPhones are going to be getting made here and shit now. They're not. And you don't want them to be, because if iPhones are built in America, you're going to be paying $14,000 for an iPhone. Me too, Mimi. Democrats are weak. They've been a cold dozen of it. I give up. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to get going before Greg gives me a massive stroke. And we're down to only 36 people anyway. I'll see you next time. Have a good day.